Hi guys, it's Amber from Amber Eats Books. I'm here today to do my weekly reads video. Please forgive me if this feels a little rushed. It probably won't be, but I just feel like I have to go because this morning I went to work and out of nowhere they asked me to take a bus down in between my runs to the shop, which I did, but that kind of put me behind schedule because after I came back to the shop, which it took about an hour and a half, I still had to go. I had to finish up my Christmas shopping and run to the grocery store real quick, come home, put everything away, eat my lunch, and here I am filming this for you guys. I just feel rushed in general, like in life. I'm so far behind on my Christmas stuff, it's not even funny. Normally by this time of year, I am completely done. I've been done shopping for at least 2 weeks. I've been done with my wrapping for at least 2 weeks. And this year I'm just so far behind. It's gonna be like probably up to the last minute. But I did finish my shopping today, which is a plus because that was like really weighing on me. But this week is gonna be such a busy week. I have, holiday parties. My daughter Kaylee has a swim meet tonight. So after I get out of work, I have to go there and that takes 2.5 hours. We have a holiday sing-along at my younger daughter's school tomorrow afternoon after I get out of work. So it's just a bunch of stuff that I have to get done, but it's all fun. It's like that Christmas madness. And even though like I'm so overwhelmed and so busy, I actually am still in a good mood, which for me is not normal because normally when I'm overwhelmed and busy, I am so frazzled, but I'm actually in a good mood and I'm really looking forward to the holidays. I'm looking forward to my 11-day break. That's how long we have off for winter break and I am so excited. So because I'm busy, I know I'm kind of rambling, but because I'm so busy, this will probably be the only video I shoot this week. I may surprise everyone and I may shoot another one, but I think it's the only one that I'm actually going to have set. If I can find time to fit something else in, I will. If not, I hope you all enjoy your holiday. Anyway, even though I had a busy week, I still managed to finish 3 books, so let's get into that. So my lowest ranked book this week was Santa Cruz by Mary Higgins Clark and Carol Higgins Clark. I gave this 2.5 stars. It was just a light, easy mystery. There was nothing out of the ordinary. There was nothing that wowed me. It follows a group of people going aboard this newly renovated cruise ship for a Santa cruise that had 10 people that had worked as Santas, and it took off the day after Christmas. A couple of felons snuck aboard and a mystery ensued. I really don't want to go more into the plot because I don't really remember it that well and I just read it yesterday. It was okay. I mean, you kind of know what you're going to get when you get a Mary Higgins Clark, and there's nothing wrong if you like them. Just for me, it just didn't really do anything for me. It was cute and easy to read for, the hour and a half or so that I read it. But anyway, the first line in this book is Randolph Weed, self-styled Commodore, stood on the deck of his pride and joy, the Royal Mermaid, an old ship he had bought and paid a fortune to refurbish and on which he intended to spend the rest of his life playing host to both friends and paying guests. The next book on my list that I finished was A Prayer for Owen Meany by John Irving. Now this book was really good. I gave it 4 stars. The only reason why I didn't give it a higher rating was because it was very slow and I was not expecting it to be, but it was the kind of slow that there's nothing wrong with it, you just kind of have to be in the mindset for it. And I wasn't really in the mindset for it this week, but I did end up forcing myself to finish it, and I'm glad I did because it was a really great story. His character development was just fantastic. This follows the story of a boy who is best friends with Owen Meany. Owen Meany has a lot of quirks about him and things that happen in his life that it's just pretty much a character study of him, and it was fascinating. The writing was very beautiful, and I would definitely pick up another John Irving. So good. It took me though 6 days to finish, so I was reading this from, since I did my last video, I had started reading it, and then it took me all the way till Saturday morning to actually get it done and finish it. But I'm really glad that I did. I really enjoyed the story, and these characters are ones that will stay with me for quite a while, especially Owen Meany. I mean, they just did such a great job describing him and making him like this larger-than-life personality. So I highly recommend this book for anyone who's in the mood for one of those kind of slow burn kind of books. The first line in this book is, I am doomed to remember a boy with a wrecked voice, not because of his voice, or because he was the smallest person I ever knew, or even because he was the instrument of my mother's death, but because he is the reason I believe in God. I am a Christian because of Owen Meany. And the last book that I finished this week was such a great read, and that was The 13th Gift by Joanne Hust Smith. This was a story about her family. They had lost her husband, prior to Christmas, and it was going to be their first Christmas without him, and she just didn't know how she was going to get through it. She was not in the Christmas mood at all. Her kids wanted to get Christmas at least her daughter wanted to have Christmas, but she just wasn't in the mood. And then 12 days before Christmas, gifts started showing up, and they just really helped the family through their grieving period. And it's a fantastic story. It's a true story. So that was really great that I could get my nonfiction in for the month and have it be a Christmas story. And it was a great story. I found myself crying at certain parts, and I don't really cry a lot. I mean, I probably cry more than I laugh out loud while reading books, but I'm still not a person that just cries all the time, not with every book. So for me to give it a high rating because of that, because it touched me so emotionally, is a rare thing. So I gave this 4.5 stars, and I loved it. I did want to show you one thing. I got this book at Goodwill, and this Christmas card was inside of the book. It said, "Merry Christmas, best wishes, Pat, Charlie, and Harry." I thought this was the cutest Christmas card I've seen in such a long time. So I've been using this as a bookmark for all of the books that I've been reading since then. It's really great. I love it. But yeah, I highly recommend this book if you guys have not read it. It is such a great Christmas read. It really brings about the spirit of Christmas, and just for those of you who are going through a hard time, it might help you through it. And those of you that are not going through a hard time, it will remind you how lucky you are. So yeah, really recommend it. And the first line in this book is, "Just before dawn on December 13th, my daughter Megan tugs at my nightshirt." All right, so those were all the books that I finished. Now we're gonna move into the ones that I am currently reading. And for this week, I'm going to keep my TBR very light. You are not going to see many more books than what you saw last week, because I am in the middle of reading a couple of them. I did add one more book, and I will show you that in just a minute. But the books that I am currently reading, one of them is The Christmas Genie by Dan Gutman, illustrated by Dan Santat. I am reading this with Brooke. We are, let me see how many pages into it. We are 52 pages in it, and I have to tell you, it's a really cute story so far. I can't wait to see how it finishes up, because Brooke is really enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying reading it out loud. I'm getting into kind of the character voices, and it's just a good time so far. But we will see how it ends, and I will let you guys know next week. And then the next book that I'm currently reading is My True Love Gave to Me, and this is a collection of 12 holiday stories, all by different YA authors, and it was edited by Stephanie Perkins. I'm going to go through this and read each story and give each story an individual rating. If that means I have to make a separate review video, I will, but I may be able to fit it in, because some of the stories I won't go into at all. I'll just give you my rating. I've read 2 stories so far, and one I really enjoyed, and one was okay. So we will see how the rest of them go, but I love this cover. It is so pretty. I really do. So I'll let you guys know how that one goes. And then for the rest of the books that I'm going to read this week, one of them I didn't get to, which, how could I have not gotten to this little tiny picture book? But it's Charlie the Choo Choo by Beryl Evans or Stephen King. I just didn't get to it. I completely forgot about it. I put it in my cupboard with the rest of my books and didn't even think about it until yesterday evening. And by that point, I was already into my other book that I was reading, and I didn't want to stop and read this one. But I will definitely give this one a read sometime this week. Then the next book I want to read is another Christmas book. It's my final Christmas book that I have on my list of Christmas books to read for this year. I wanted to read this before I get to the book after it, because obviously Christmas is in 6 days, and I want to read this before Christmas gets here. And that is my illustrated version of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I'm so excited to be able to read this beautiful edition this year. I read this every year, and I can't wait to fit it in. Hopefully I will be able to read this fairly soon, within the next, day or two, because I'm thinking that short story collection is going to go by pretty quickly. I can feel it. And then the last book that I want to get to is the one that I told you I would get to last week, and that was The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. I really wanted to get to it, but I figured I'd better put my Christmas reads ahead of this book. I can always read this during my Christmas break, but once Christmas comes, I'm not the type of person to keep reading Christmassy things or watching Christmas movies. I just don't. Once Christmas is done, it's done. I will maybe leave my decorations up until New Year's, but after that, everything comes down. Besides my snowmen, they stay up until, February. But yeah, I will get to this one. I just don't know exactly when. If I finish up my other books before Christmas, I might start this before, but I don't know. If you guys keep up with me on my bookish Instagram, that will let you know exactly what I'm currently reading, or on Goodreads. I do try and keep up on there too. So if you guys are interested during the course of the week, just check those out. So those are all the books that I read last week, that I'm currently reading, and that I plan to read for the coming week. Just trying to keep it light and easy for the rest of the week, because we all know that Christmas madness is upon us. I hope you guys take the time during these busy holiday weeks and really just enjoy your family. Enjoy those moments that you won't get back again. That's what Christmas and other holidays are all about, is just really enjoying each other. I hope that you guys have a great holiday. I hope any of you that have Christmas vacation with your kids, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I may try to do a little bit of vlogging during our Christmas vacation. I'm not really a vlogger, but I decided maybe I will try. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great Christmas and happy reading.